Good morning, gang. Joyce with Skip and Cass Farms. I have a different video today. This is for all of us city slickers who don't know nothing. This is a piece of conduit that got beat into the ground when they were building the roof for my for going over the top of my camper to help keep it cooler in the summer. And believe it or not, warmer in the winter because it helps to moderate the wind a little bit. Well, this thing is now in the way, and I've tried and I've tried and I tried and I can't get it out. So I'm gonna use a technique that I've used in the past, and I hope it works so it doesn't make a fool out of me. But when you get something and you can't get it out, and I got to be careful because this fence line behind there is hot. Got a pair of vice grips. Now these are actually generics. These are not the real vice grips. These don't work as well as the real vice grips. If you ever go in and look, you can see the real vice grips have a different tip on the end, and they have a different ratio that makes them grip better, and they don't tend to pop open as often. But like most people, I didn't think in terms of it's hard to do a first-class job with a third-class tool, and they had some at Tractor Supply or Northern Tools or something like that on sale in a kit, so I got them. It's better to have two cheap ones than none at all. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work this back and forth and work this back and forth, and then I'm gonna twist it. I can get this thing to twist without twisting on the pipe. Let's see if we can do this. Now, if I'd been smart, I would have taken this for a test drive first. But did I do that? No. I just decided I was going to do it. And let's see if we can make this work. Well, these vice grips aren't grabbing hard enough onto the conduit to keep from twisting. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now, I never could get this to move. I've tried it by hand. I've walked past this thing for several days. Obviously, I put the fencing in and other stuff, and I'm walking past it. And it became an issue after I put the fencing in, and I've got to step over it in this little narrow place in the path. And what I'm doing is, without breaking my back or hurting anything, I'm just pulling up a little bit. Now, you guys who've got a lot better upper body strength than us gals, this is not going to be an issue for you. But this is how I get rebar out of the ground, and other, anything that's round that you can turn. And now I'm just going to pull up a little bit, and boom, comes right up. Isn't that cool? So if you got a piece of rebar or a piece of pipe or anything that you can't get out, and you don't have any really fancy dancy tools, as you can see, what I ended up doing, I think you can see. You put it down like this, and hopefully you can see that the vice grips are no longer at a 90 degree. They're twisted a little bit. So that's the function of pulling up on my hand. That's why I had my other hand down here like this. So when I started moving back and forth, that's when I really started pulling up. And you can kind of see, you can see that there. You can see it was in the ground a good foot. It started to kind of rust in place. So if anybody else is a city slicker like me, and you need little tricks, well, there's a trick for you. So with that, gang, I will wish you blessings for the day. And whatever you do, just keep chasing your dream.